This is one side of Blood Mountain, so it's basically Georgia's Tail of the Dragon.
The first thing I noticed when I walked in was the Boss Coffee.
But there's a lot of guys like, I can't wait for custom. What do you have in stock?
Like everything you have, just the colorways are ridiculous.
Yeah, we're crayon boss type people. Yeah, you can literally get a membership card on there and you can save your play, right?
No way, you still have those?
This bike is like a time capsule for its condition. It's got a lot of...
It looks like it. What would you define actually is a real wheel?
When you're taking the art and design and you're crafting it into something that has not been offered previously.
So we are headed to Bridgemoto, stopping a quick trip, right? So if you've never heard of Bridgemoto, it makes a bunch of safety gear. It's a shop where they do builds on cars, stuff like that. Yeah, we'll finish this and we'll get to it. Oh, why is it so cold? Makes me not even want to wait for all this gas to pump. All right, let's get the hell on the road. Dude, these roads are absolutely incredible. I really wish I was not driving a truck right now. These are genuinely roads you can only dream of having as like hometown back roads. Just incredible. Cybertruck. Well, we made it to Bridgemoto, up at the top of the mountain.
Yes,
Got
sir.
the man himself here. Obviously, we're in the middle of nowhere. So tell me, we went over a bunch of this stuff on the podcast. So if you want to like know all the details, just go to that. But give me a little rundown on this place, just a quick summary.
Yeah, so basically you're at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. You're on Wolfpen Gap Road. This is one side of Blood Mountain, so it's basically Georgia's Tail of the Dragon. So really cool elevation changes. We're at Bridgemoto Cafe, so we put this spot on for community aspect reasons. You can come up here, hang out, play some Initial D, pick up some race gear, and make some new friends.
Well, obviously this was used to be like an old gas station, right?
Yeah. So an old gas station from the 60s. We just took it, fixed it up, put some paint on it, fixed the electricals, and made it really cool.
Hell yeah. It's always like a car guy's dream, I feel like, to buy an old gas station and make it nice and stuff. So this is really cool. Drove the FD today?
Yeah, I drove the FD, man. I needed some with heat. It's still cold up here, so that's the optimum choice when it comes to heat and fun to drive. So put some fresh tires up here.
That's a hell of a choice to be picking heat, and it ends up being an FD is the only one with heat.
Yeah, it beats a
Not
Saturn.
a bad problem.
It beats a Saturn.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, well, I guess let's go inside. Show me everything you got.
Love to.
See you around this place. So how long has it been here, actually?
So we've been here since December 24. No, sorry, December 23. So, but we've been, so a little over a year and some change. We put this place together, like I said, for a cool place for you to come and try on gear, pick up some stuff, host our own events, and just make a full community aspect place where you can really bond with other riders or drivers. So we do bikes and cars. So whatever you're into, you can come and hang out.
Obviously, the first thing I noticed when I walked in was the Boss Coffee, so I got to bring that up.
Yeah. So
everyone loves this stuff, man.
Yeah, man. You can't go wrong with Boss Coffees. This is actually a hot fridge, so these are all heated up to temp, similar like what you get in Japan if you were to get one out of a drink vending machine. They have the hot and cold option. So now here you have hot, and then you got your cold options here. Everything from your normal domestic stuff to our imported Japanese coffees. We kind of take care of you. Yeah, we always have like a cool clearance bin, so if you're on a budget, you can pick up something cool, take care of it.
And it's not just like regular merch stuff.
No.
You got actual gear in here.
Exactly. It's everything from shoes and driver gloves to apparel, and it's all new stuff that we get down to like 1 or 2 sizes or something, and we're like, you know what? Somebody can appreciate this at a discount, and it opens up space for us. So
that, and I'm sure the colorways and stuff too, like we talked about.
That's right. You got to
some colors just don't hit with everyone. I get
That's
that.
Right. You got to learn. You got to live and learn. And of course, we're Overhaul Tech dealers. We carry Carbo Tech brakes. But the cool thing about Bridgemoto Cafe is you don't have to just come here and get your riding or driving equipment when it comes to safety. We make everything from coilovers. We do Garrett turbo kits. We do brakes, of course, and other performance parts. If you need a clutch, we can help you with that too. You can come in, get actual expertise consultation on your car, so you know you get the right part first time and it fits, and so we help with that too.
For example, literally like 3 or 4 times during the podcast, someone came in asking questions on their setup if they could get parts and stuff, and literally he just came in asking for a clutch. So
for a clutch.
That's ironic.
That's how it works. So we got this is a new release. These are 2025 official Bridgemoto race bags and drift bags. So we've got a Fury Kai edition too. We actually have 3 models. The Fury Kai is black with the hot pink and yellow. But I designed these especially for drivers that needed to house their shoes, helmet, race suit, like 2 to 3 change of clothes, you know, your underwear, your socks. And so one of the biggest things about your race equipment is you always forget something. So this bag is designed to hold your shoes, whether they be muddy or icy or whatever, independent from your suit. You won't get it dirty. They're 100% waterproof. So if it's raining and you put it on the back of your truck, you're still good to go. And the cool thing about them is they're 3-way carry. So you've got a regular tote, you've got a over the shoulder, but then they pop out into a book bag style. So no matter how
I was gonna ask what that was.
Yeah, they pop out, and so no matter how you carry your bag, you're covered, and it holds all your gear and more. We got a cool video on this too. So if you would like to check these out, these are on reservation for next month's shipment. The best driver bag on the market by far.
That's something that I find very important coming from baseball growing up.
Oh, yeah.
So like, you know, you always had to have a baseball bag, and that kind of, as you got older, evolved in just a normal duffel bag kind of deal. So that's very handy.
Oh yeah, you imagine how many drivers come up and like, man, I left my helmet or I left my gloves. Like now you can put it in one bag, and you can literally like wash it and put it in the bag and have it ready to go. Or if it's clean, put it in the bag before you leave the track, and it's right where you left it. And of course, we got like our SA 2020 helmets. The SA 2025s do drop this October. All manufacturers are legal to sell them after October, so we got some really sick helmets coming out this fall.
I think helmets are a big misconception that a lot of people have.
Yes.
So like, tell me what is unique about your helmet specifically compared to the other markets? Majority of average drifters are just going to go buy, you know, say a race quit because it's $300 and it's easy and cheap, but you don't realize how heavy those fucking helmets are.
Yeah. So number one is, so when you're drifting or you're racing, you got to think about neck fatigue, right? So something's on your head. The only thing holding your helmet up is your neck. 3,000 grams, you know, a couple ounces difference when you're talking about all day drifting is like the difference between putting on a 45 plate and a 25 plate doing bench press. It's literally that difference over a day's time when it comes to neck strength. So our helmets are made out of a special composite that is not only Snell approved, but it's designed to be light as possible while meeting the safety rating. So you're getting that. Another cool thing about our helmets is they're actually ventilated for performance, for airflow. So if you have an open chassis, you have like a Miata or stuff like that, it's designed to flow air not only in but out, right? So it doesn't fog up the glass or fog up your visor. And then we offer a really cool visor. We've got like 5-6 different color options so you can customize the helmet. And a lot of other cool features that are coming out this fall too when it comes to like color option.
Hell yeah. Do you ever plan on doing like full color customization on the helmet?
Yeah, so we used to partner with a guy that did custom helmets as far as like art ways, you know, designing like full liveries for him. Unfortunately, he got super busy where the time frames didn't make sense. So we are working with some local guys to see if we can do something like that. But I think the coolest option is we're looking into making some full customizable wrap packages. Ooh, so you could order your helmet instead of waiting a month. If it's fast, 2 to 3 months on a custom helmet, you can get your helmet in, and now you've got these graphics of, let's just say if your colors are lime green and purple, you take your white base helmet and it's designed and sculpted just for Bridgemoto helmet, and it'll have its mounting points, and you flatten it out. It's just like putting on a livery. Boom, you peel it off and you got a custom helmet.
That's
so you want to do like
these
custom
easy
decal packs. Yeah.
Cool, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then we do our race suits. These are off our shelf. Race suits, of course, we do customization like we talked in the podcast. But there's a lot of guys who are like, man, I got an event next week. I can't wait for a custom. What do you have in stock? So we always try to keep something in stock for those guys that are in a rush. We also, one of the big things that we do is a big seller is our fully adjustable toe straps. So the cool thing about a toe strap is like if you got a bash bar, crash bar, you do not have to hard mount it. We specially design these where this hardware comes off. You can loop over, adjust it to the length you want, and then rethread it back in. Now you've got a FD legal, fully adjustable toe strap that attach to any car with a bash bar. And then we also make fully adjustable ratchet tie-down straps. These are some of the drifters' favorites because I designed these where they could go through the wheel and ratchet low as possible. So like if you got an inch clearance under your bumper, you're not getting to the factory strap down points. You got to go around the tire, go around the wheel. These are designed and they're lengthened and they're weatherproof.
I need that shit myself.
The lowest car possible, yeah. We've got a lot of guys that use these and love them for sure. Another big thing that we're kind of world famous for is our overalls. We brought the whole overall color and design aspect to drifting and brought it out. Because normally you get a black or a red one. But we kind of brought the whole customization. We made Grit Lights ones. We made Enjuku Racing ones. We made, a lot of different teams overall. So, like you see here, this is a lavender with a hot pink that my wife designed.
That's a good color.
Yeah, this is one like navy with literally metallic gold thread. So it's really cool in detail. Yeah, so we just mix it up, make it
really
up.
Cool.
And of course, we've got our everything from our Fury Kai driver gloves and shoes to our ultraviolet external stitch gloves. These are a driver's favorite too, and just because they put the seams on the outside instead of the inside. Yeah. So it's just more of a personal touch when you're driving. You're less distracted with your thumbnails and whatnot. Yeah, and then we've got our, of course, we've got our fixed back seats. I can show you on the other side, but these are some of our reclinable ones. So we've got a lot of customers that, they don't necessarily go drifting or road racing, but they want something comfortable for a daily driver. So we make everything from our customizable plaid seats to our FTO ones that are made for like classic cars. So you got 240Z, Celica GT, 944 Turbo. These are really cool seats for those, the VTO ones. These just released this year.
Like everything you have, just the colorways are ridiculous.
Yeah, we're crayon box type people. Yeah, and like the harnesses, these are just a few selection. We make over 25 colors of certified FIA and SFI harnesses. So if you've got an interior that you're trying to do something wonky or cool with or match your livery, like we're the people when it comes to harness colors. So we'll take care of you.
Yeah. For one, I want to check out some of the game stuff. Besides all the products, this isn't just...
So like not everybody can come up here and like be ready to buy a seat, right? We do like we do have our fixed back seat here too. Like of course, we've got everything from our Fury Kai lineup to our FIA certified seats, but not everybody's ready to buy a seat or harnesses or whatnot. So it's not all about that. It's also about the community aspect, getting together, making friends, and just the way of like, how it should be. It should be about fun and express yourself and just, enjoying the atmosphere. So we've got video games like Suzuka 8 Hours. We've got Initial D, which is most people's fan favorite. And so you can come in here. You can literally get a membership card on there, and you can save your play.
No way, you still have those?
Yeah. So I learned how to
crazy.
fix them. I got these games from scratch, all broken, and I fixed them. And I got it now where you can have your printout card. So let's say you're a big Miata guy, right? You can come in, play the Miata, do some Monster Speed modifications as you unlock stuff, save it, then come back. And it not only does it save like your modifications, but it also saves like your win or loss record. So you could have a win or loss column and compete with other guys, and it makes it fun, right? And you only have to come up here and spend $1 or $2 to have fun, right?
Yeah.
So,
and if like you absolutely have no idea what this is, you've never seen it, go look at Scott from Grip Royal's episode on the podcast. We actually dove pretty deep into these and like the details on them. Super cool. I wasn't really involved in them growing up. I was too young at the time.
Yeah,
these were like hot and stuff. But dude, that's incredible. How to make it work. I think it's very ironic and funny that you have these nostalgic games, but you still have yet to get a sim.
Yeah. So that's funny. Yeah. So we had sitting right here. We did have a Simcraft rig. but it was on consignment and they needed it for PRI. So we're looking to get another Simcraft rig here. Maybe we can work with Sim Drift HQ and
Sim HQ, yeah.
Sim HQ to get one in here and promote them. So if you're out there, you're badass on Sims, hit us up. We're looking for a new package.
Absolutely. We'll get you guys covered on that, I'm sure. Tell me about this guy.
Yeah, so
For one, I'm ignorant. I don't know anything about bikes, so
no worries.
This is a whole different world to me.
I like to ride and work on bikes that have carburetors. Number one, they sound amazing. And number two, they're just a little bit more straightforward when it comes to like tuning. You don't need ECUs and computers and all that stuff to work on. But this is a 95 Ninja ZX7, excuse me. So it's a 750cc bike. It's the premier class that they used to race. So the 1000 cc's were too heavy and the 600 cc's weren't quite fast enough. So the biggest race class was the 750 cc's back in the 90s. So this bike is like a time capsule for its condition. It's got a lot of.
It looks like it.
Yeah. So these little pieces, like the carbon here, and if you look over here, the carbon exhaust. These are called. These were designed by Muzzy. So Muzzy's kind of like the Nismo of Kawasaki, so to speak.
Gotcha.
So there's got a lot of rare little pieces on it. They're great bikes. They're a little bit heavy for the time compared to some of the competitors, but they were really fun to ride. And so that's what I like. I like riding old kart bikes.
And you make faces and stuff and wheels.
Yeah, so these wheels are like custom designed from scratch. Like this face is not a face that's replicated on any other wheel. This is a custom wheel that I designed from the 190R Revolution. Like, so back in the day, the Mercedes had a special wheel for the 190E called the Evo. And so, but that wheel was never designed in a 3-piece and was never recreated. So I said, you know what, take the aspects of what that wheel shape was looking like and build a badass wheel that we could do 3-piece. We could build a custom bore setting. We could do, however deep the barrels we want offset wise. Yeah. And so I designed this for my 190E that I have. It looks fire on there. So I said, you know what? Other people may want it, so why not? So now we offer customizable wheels for these. We've got 3 face designs right now. They all are custom designed from scratch. And just trying to get our wheels out there in the market. Yeah. People can get affordable options for a 3-piece. We understand not everybody can afford a 3-piece wheel. So we're looking to do some mono blocks in the future.
Actually, I want to ask, because a lot of people talk about how the whole real wheel misconception and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Like, what would you define actually is a real wheel? Because in any instance, even the real wheel manufacturers are still gaining inspiration from something else.
Yeah,
so how does that work?
Yeah, to me, like, my opinion of what a true wheel is when you're taking the art and design and you're crafting it into something that has not been offered previously, right? So, of course, it's like, there's only so many spokes you can put on the wheel. There's only before it is not a functional wheel anymore. So there's always going to be something that looks similar, but there's a difference between like taking a T37 and literally copying their design and making it where it's a replica of a wheel. To me, that's not considered real. It's a replica versus taking something like this that's never been offered on the market, actually measuring out and figuring out what that back space would be, actually understanding where the valve stem could go through and it still be functional. Design it from scratch, literally down to the bolt, is what makes it a real wheel, you know.
Well, is there anything else you want to mention about this place? Obviously, there's a lot going on, so.
Yeah, so like I said, we've got events. We've got our event calendar up. The Bridgemoto calendar is found on bridgemoto.com. Of course, Instagram on the pin page there. If you can't make a physical event, we're going to be coming to a city near you, so check out that calendar either way. And if none of that makes sense, you're on a little island, we'll ship it to you. So we're happy to take care of you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, I want to say thank you for letting me come in, take over the space.
Happy to have you, man. Glad to
invade
make it
it
happen.
and all that. If you guys haven't seen the podcast yet, you should definitely go check that out. I'll leave that in the description as well. But yeah, come up, especially if you want to try Boss Coffee for the first time. I think it's the only place in the South, at least. I'll just stick with that so I don't get ringed on the internet. But
Yeah. You got your Googlers out there, but no worries. If you want to have an awesome automotive experience while drinking a Boss Coffee, we are the only place.
There you go. Hell yeah. Well, appreciate it. Come check out one of his events or just come check out the place. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Take care.
Peace. Have you ever wanted to be the one in the hot seat answering questions and sharing your opinion on drifting? I think it's time to bring the podcast to the very next level, which is bringing it out to you guys at events. So do not miss out on the LZ World Tour. I will go ahead and leave a link in the description where you can grab your tickets, and I'll see you guys there.